Hi everyone, I'm a Honda 250. Not exactly factory fresh, but I've been around the block. I've got some years on me, and I'm well aware of them. But I also know exactly how an engine sounds when it's happy, and that knowledge isn't going anywhere. When the person behind the handlebars does something stupid, I call him an organic interface. When he rides properly, he's my human. This video isn't about speed. It's about the journey. Let's go. Today, my human clearly put in some effort. I can feel it immediately by the way he works with me. No rushing, no wrestling. The road unfolds in a way that makes me not want to hurry it. Every movement settles into place, and I just roll along, knowing I can trust the next turn. We're making a leisurely climb toward Vega de Pas, the spot where everything starts today. A good starting point, steady and reliable. Everything here is built for living, not for show, and that's why it hits home. Inside, I get that feeling. It's going to be a right kind of day. And now, we reach the pass. In moments like this, even I want to hit the pause button. Below us lies the Vega de Pas Valley, and beyond that, a scattering of mountain ridges and the small valleys of Valles Pasiegos. The space opens up, and it becomes clear where we're headed. This is northern Spain, Cantabria, a land that doesn't try to force strong emotions, yet they happen all on their own. There's our starting point, the village of Vega de Pas. 3 mountain ridges, and between them, valleys, deep, green, and alive. The route stretches out not just as a line on a map, but as a promise. Climbs, descents, turns, it's all ahead and it's all real. We'll have to work for it here. And this is exactly the kind of work that's a pleasure. I note to myself, my human chose well. Let's see how he handles himself further on. Phew. Now, I'm actually feeling relieved. We just passed a crossroads. 3 roads, and one of them looked particularly freedom-loving. For a second, I wondered if the organic interface remembered I'm wearing street tires today. We just stopped by some horses. Just for a bit, but it was long enough to make me think. He was looking at them with interest. I'll admit, I got a bit tense for a moment. I mean, I get it. They're alive, and don't have electronics. But let's be honest, I was considered a reliable steed once too. Luckily, the pause was brief. No one was traded for anyone. We moved on, and, it seemed to me, without any regrets. This is a shepherd's village, typical Cantabria. Cabañas, green pastures, and stone walls at the edges. They were built from the very stones that used to get in the way of working this land. Practical, and somehow, very right. Then, the mountain range on the left catches the eye. Calm, memorable. And then, the unexpected happens. My human suddenly swerves onto a dirt road. No pause, no slowing down. As if street tires are just a suggestion. I froze for a second. Not out of fear, I just braced my springs. It seems the organic interface either forgot what we have under our wheels, or decided this won't be the last time. Fine, I'll accept it. Apparently, this trip is going to remind me more than once that a quiet life is a relative term. At one point, I got a little stressed. There it is. Typical oncoming traffic for Cantabrian roads. Nothing unusual, if you know these parts. I realized long ago that here, the road isn't the priority, and you have to stay calm about it. Though, I confess, my iron heart still skips a beat every time. Further on, we pass through livestock areas. This is basically Cantabria in work mode. They raise cows here, calmly and thoroughly. This region is famous for its beef. My human, by the way, respects it a lot, as do those who visit and take the time to understand what this place is all about. I look at all this philosophically. Around here, the road has many functions and isn't always meant just for transport. Cantabria has a way of reminding you of that. My human has gone quiet, staring at his navigator. When he gets thoughtful in places like this, it's always a red flag. Inside, my piston rings tightened. Mentally, of course. Because, excuse me, I'm on street tires. No, let's not. We've shown enough character for one day. But it seems the organic interface has decided that comfort zones are elastic. Okay, easy now. Keep it together. To be honest, I didn't like that. But I handled it. And now I can more or less exhale, even though we're not back on asphalt yet. That nasty stretch can be considered conquered. I really hope that wasn't just a warm-up for later. Keep riding, don't stop. Don't look to the right. It looks like the organic interface lost the track. Well, at least the houses look authentic. Wait, no. More dirt? Absolutely not. I wasn't made for this. I didn't sign up for scrambling up gravel. We just survived rocks and water. That was plenty. More than enough. The climb is steep and loose. The kind where the road offers zero grip. But the organic interface, surprisingly, didn't panic. He just went for it. I was scared. Every rock echoed a bit too clearly, and I just wanted it to end. And yet, I realized I wasn't doing as badly as I could have been. The tire pressure had been lowered in advance. No heroics. I made a mental note. Yes, he's pushing it, and yes, he's clearly overestimating my off-road capabilities. But at his core, he's still my human. He overestimated me. We didn't make it all the way up there. But there's always a way around. This is a great road, smooth, clear, with stunning scenery. The kind where you just ride and don't argue about anything. We just took a break. I've cooled down. My human had lunch and became a nicer person. You can feel it instantly. In his movements, the tempo, and how he trusts the road again, and the road trusts us. There's nothing to prove here. Just roll along the ridge and be part of the landscape. I'm at peace. I think he is, too. In moments like this, it's especially clear. We're still riding together. Can you imagine? This interface was planning to keep going along this green little path, just because his map says it's a road. Good thing he looked at me and came to his senses in time. It's beautiful, though, so much so that even my headlight is shining brighter. Oh, right, we came up that little trail over there. Though he still thinks it's a road. Yeah, only cows drive there. And yes, we rode right through there. That part was actually cool. There was asphalt. Well, we ended up on this green nonsense, anyway. As if the organic interface didn't have enough beautiful paved roads around him. He grabbed his map and convinced himself he's some kind of pro scout. Oh, reason has prevailed. We're not going any further. Yes, finally back on asphalt. Now he's my human again. These ridges and valleys are the Valles Pasiegos. For a long time, they lived apart from the rest of Spain. Not because they wanted to, but because it was just hard to get here. Roads arrived much later. The Pasiegos, shepherds, lived here for generations. They didn't migrate far, but they were constantly moving, from valley to slope, from season to season. That's where the cabañas come from, temporary homes built not for beauty, but to survive the weather. These places knew no rush. They valued endurance, patience, and the ability to walk your own path, even if it wasn't the easiest. I can relate to that. And as we roll quietly along the ridge now, I realize, some roads don't exist to lead somewhere, but to remind you how people got here in the first place. Right at the end of the track, of course, he led me into some green mess again, complete with rocks and ditches. Well, fine. The good views and the sense of mission accomplished help me deal with this direction. The sun is setting, so we'll be on the highway and back to the garage soon. It turned out to be a good track, as expected. See you in the next adventures my human cooks up with his map. Seriously, who even invented these maps?